Right now, I'm going through a lot of growing pains. Do you remember when you were first hitting puberty and in the middle of the night, your body would just start growing? And so you would just feel an excruciating pain. That's how it feels in business right now because there is a lot of growth that is occurring that comes with a ton of fucking challenges. This has been the most overwhelming time of my entire life because it's one thing when you have a client and you're doing the service. I am fine just working long days and working exceptionally hard. That is just what I've been doing for a multitude of years now. But when you have a multitude of clients and you have a dozen plus employees, everyone has different things, and then you're working with another 5+ independent contractors. Everybody has to work in synchrony to do better and to obviously make the whole engine work. You cannot do the job of 15 people by yourself, obviously. That is why there's no company in history with one employee. We might get there in some time in the future with AI, but that is not the point of this video. It's more so the problems that arise when you are scaling. There's just been a lot of studies done that the hardest point in business is when you get past 13 employees. You're still a small business, but you're not making enough money to start to hire some of the executive roles that cost a lot of money, but that are necessary to take you to the next level. There's just a lot of things that are just new challenges. It's always harder and more difficult to solve a problem that has yet to occur in your life. Unknown is always scarier. That is why, for the most part, humans avoid their newer problems. And even though any problem that you have left undone is going to become a pretty big problem in the future, it's still very difficult. And I have an unfortunate problem with avoidance of my problems. I'm trying to find people around me that are really good at solving those problems that I'm not so good at. But I've been just fucking stressed out. There's a lot that just goes wrong in business in general. But what's hard for me is when something goes wrong. Right now I have a client that is just not paying. Then there's also another client that is saying, well, we've done this for 1 month. We might want to downsize what we're currently doing because the results are not as good as expected. And I completely understand that. But when all of my money right now goes to payroll plus the savings, it's not a great fucking business strategy for me. I need to rethink, like, how can we structure this to where I can take on clients and be profitable to weather economic storms? And because things are always consistently going to go wrong, no matter what you do. You can prepare and you can be ready for anything to happen, but I can 100% guarantee you some degree of everything will go wrong at some point in business. That's what I've experienced every single fucking day. You get repetitively kicked in the balls. Even though things are going really well right now, there's a lot of growth, which is exciting. That just comes with a new set of problems. And that set of problems, because it's new, it is a different challenge that I've yet to experience because I need to step away from the one doing everything to letting other people do things. And I'm doing that to a decent degree, but there's just a lot of fucking issues. People that always think that they're right and that are control freaks have a very hard time scaling businesses because you need other people to do work and you need to have trust in them that it's going to get done. Right now, the team is incredible. That is the one thing that's not a concern. The concern, it's just when you're investing in growth, there is low cash flow left over. And so if one minuscule thing goes wrong, that puts you in the hole, which is not a good position to be in because that makes you have to think more short term, which is what I'm almost having to do right now is shorter term opportunities to subsidize cash flow. But this is just all stuff that every single person goes through. But it really sucks. Until I can overcome this, I'll definitely continue to be wildly overwhelmed, at least to a decent degree. It's fun and interesting to make these types of videos because now that I'm reflecting upon myself, about 2 months ago, when we were first starting to scale and to really get the engine fucking warmed up and the conveyor belt on, I was super excited about the growth. It's exciting to grow, right? But these are challenges that I would not have foreseen happening 3 months ago, but now they are happening. But I know that I'll solve this like you solve every other problem, because if it's not putting you out of business and you're not dead, then it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's just figure it out and move forward. But it's interesting because I make these stupid videos every single day, see what's happening.